Happy Wednesday, traders. It's time for the midweek review. So if you're new to this channel, every week, every Sunday, I go through all the currency pairs we trade here at LNFX, and I plot support resistance zones on a daily time frame just to give us a good feel for where price might reverse, might bounce. And then on Wednesday, I check to see if price is still following the same patterns, and then we kind of zero in on the hourly chart and we look for price. To be honest with you, I look for price that shoots far from the pivot, and I like to trade back to the pivot. So let's not waste any more time. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see these every week, and let's get to the charts. All right, guys, let's start at the top. All right, so Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. You can see from Sunday we were looking for a push up into here. I have my alert. I'm probably going to move my alert down a little bit to like the middle of this resistance zone. But guys, what I'm looking for here is if price gets in this zone, I'm going to start looking for sell trades from up here. We still have the pivot. You can see a really nice run to the pivot. It bounced on the 200 EMA and it is kind of going sideways now. Australian dollar, Swiss franc. We were looking for that. We were looking for that continuation up and drop. Look, you guys, it almost did it perfectly. Just didn't hit our alert. Darn it. Isn't that cool when that happens? But yeah, I mean, you could see from Sunday we had a really good look at it. We just didn't hit our alert. We missed it. Bummer, can't hit them all. Australian dollar, JPY. So again, we bounced off of R2 with lots of divergence. You can see my prediction arrow. We came all the way down to the 200 EMA, and now we're almost testing that high again, guys. So if we hit this R2 level again, I'm going to be looking at, man, do we pop up? Matter of fact, let's just make this our make or break zone right now. So is it a continuation of this smaller uptrend, which we broke, and now we're kind of in a downward trend. However, price is still above the 200 EMA, so it's technically considered a bullish trend still. That's orange. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. So price definitely broke through our make or break zone, guys, but it didn't retest, so it didn't confirm that level I had. So now we have a pretty good bounce zone to play off of. I love this pivot right here. Although you can see price hit S2, hit the pivot, and then now is waiting. We're kind of waiting to see, are we going to get a double bottom here that we could play a really good buy trade off. That's more or less what I'm waiting for on this pair. Australian dollar, US dollar. We hit R2, came back to the 200 EMA, and now we're kind of testing that high again. You can see our longer prediction arrow here. We were looking for a push up into this resistance zone, and we just haven't quite got it yet. Okay, CAD Swiss franc. You can see we were looking for a bigger push up into this. But guys, look where we're sitting right now. We're sitting on a really good support area to look for a good buy trade. So I'm going to go ahead and say if we might get that move finally. And this is a really strong support. One could probably call this a head and shoulders pattern, and we're sitting right on the shoulders. So if we get a good solid break, we could get a pretty good downside, a lot of downside probability there. CAD, excuse me. Canadian dollar, JPY. Big bullish move right here, right? Let's zoom in. Big bullish move, R2, but the next week's pivot is kind of sideways, right? So we're kind of like right in the make or break zone. Let's just throw that in there. I was really looking for some downside. So maybe if we get back up in here, it might not be a bad idea to look for a sell trade if we confirm prices respecting this level. But however, we have crossed over the 200 EMA, which we were in an uptrend. We crossed over for a little sideways action. So, you know, we may just see we're kind of in that really strong sideways zone, right? We're kind of in this channel. So, I'm going to play sell off of this, buy off of this until we have a confirmed breakout. Okay, Swiss franc JPY. All right, so this is my trade of the week in my free Telegram channel. You know, we entered off of R2. And, guys, we went into a little bit of profit here, right? But we had our profit target set as this pivot. And now we've shot up and retested that former high, which is fine because I have my our stop loss way up here. But it's retesting this former high, which I was looking for a double top drop. We're just not there yet, guys. So I'm still holding this trade. Might even start looking for a rollover trade if we get up into this region here. If you want to see those signals, go on over to allenfx.com. Get it. Fill out the form. You get it. Free access to my Telegram channel. Also, you'll get links for my other paid services. Yeah, guys, just waiting this one out. So, Euro AUD, we hit the pivot and got a really nice sell off of that pivot and then instant rebound. So, yeah, I'm still looking. I'm not a buyer or seller of this pair until we get down into this really strong support area. Let's go orange on you. Euro Swiss franc, just hugging this make or break zone. It's coming up, testing the 200 EMA. I'm just not convinced yet. I'm gonna let this pair follow its EMA and all the way down to this bullish zone. We're just too tight here for a sell trade, and you know, a pop, really good break up will be a lot more long-term upside for us. So I'm not going to really look to plant any seeds till we get down there. Euro British pound. So we had a really good bearish day yesterday and then a decent recovery. But you can see, guys, I have a pending order. I'm looking for this retest of the Fibonacci retracement level, which is right around retesting this trend line and right around the halfway or 618. I know I got a lot of stuff on my chart here. So once we made that bearish break, I'm just looking for a really good entry on the drop. EURJPY, we're testing the high up here. We looked for a bounce. Hold on. We looked for a bounce off the 618. Man, did we get close. And then now we got this big push up. So our prediction arrows are pretty spot on this pair. However, it would be right where I'd take profit anyways, back to the zero line. And we would be out of that trade. Just didn't take it. Here we have a Euro NZD trade that we got into profit. We moved his stop to break even, and of course it took us out. The fun part about trading, right? I'm still long this pair. I still think we're gonna get up to that pivot by the end of the week, or this 200 EMA. Not a good time to enter the trade. Geez, what happened to my... Ugh, why are we so stupidly big? Ugh, gotta love it. Man, where... There we go. All right, where were we? Was it Euro British Pound? There we go. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. All right, so we just talked about this one, EURJPY. We're retesting that high. EURNZD, this trade was in profit, and we stopped out, and I'm still long this pair, though. I still want to see that move up. I think we're getting that sideways reversal kind of type price action. Euro US dollar, big push on the euro overnight, obviously. I'm waiting to see if we can hit this alert. And off of that alert is when I am going to look for this drop. It's testing this high right now. So I'm going to go red on this one. EURCAD. We didn't get that big push like on the other euro pairs, but I'm kind of in no man's land. I want to see it shoot up here for a sell. I want to see it push down here for a buy. GBPAUD, we're kind of channeling really nicely right here, but I want to look for a buy. I want to be a buyer of this pair in where it's cheap down here. Pound CAD, we just hit R2. Strong bullish price action. You can see from Sunday we were waiting for that off of that pivot, but I want to do something real quick. I want to take the swing low to the swing high, and if we're sitting at the 382, we pierced it a little bit. So if we get down into this range, I might be a buyer again all the way up to there. I want to see that. So I'm going to wait for an entry right in here. I'm going to put alert at 775. Bam. That way I don't miss it. Okay, pound Swiss franc. Kind of no man's land. Waiting for... Okay, we're right at R2. You can see our Sunday setups. We were wanting that R2 bounce. The guys were sitting there right now. So, and we're starting to see a bearish candle. So, I think it's not a bad entry right now. You can be really tight on that stop loss. This pivot is a really good target. Really good trade right now on Pound JPY. Pound USD, same thing. So you can just pick. Obviously, you don't want to do both. Pretty much really correlated those two pairs. Okay, Pound NZD. I could see a trade call out from last night. I was looking for downside pressure off of that pivot. Pretty close to our stop out range that we set for it. But I still think we got some good downside pressure. This was a really good bounce. We're hugging the 200 EMA, so this is where you got to manage your trades, guys. And if you get lucky enough for it to come back down into this green zone, maybe think about taking profit early. All right, we blew past R2. Let's see what Fibonacci's telling us on the swing low to swing high. We're sitting right at the halfway mark. So we are in a pretty strong daily resistance area. So we got to kind of acknowledge that. I was looking for a way bigger drop off of that. But if we bounce off this, look for it to continue. If not, I want to sell from that top down. NZD no man's land. NZDJPY. Wow, guys, we're hitting R2. We're stopping on R2. Won't be a bad play to that pivot. Not a bad play. What just happened? Oh. There we go. NZDJPY, back to that pivot. NZDUSD. Okay, so we had a trade call out. We were looking right here for a retest, right? And then right now we're just dealing with drawdown on it. But I think we're going to have that drop. USD Canadian dollar. Man, some weakness in the US dollar already today. This isn't a bad play. If we get down into here, I'm going to look for a decent buy trade. But I do kind of feel like the US dollar is going to take a beating here soon. So we may see this shot all the way down to this support zone we have identified down here. Just have to watch it. So we had a really good positive trade. Now we're double bottoming. This one I actually closed, you know, when we shot up there. But not a bad buy look right now again. We're testing our support area. We're on the back side of it. You're just going to have to look at price action, guys. This is the tough part about trading, especially the style I trade. A lot of people I get a lot of criticism on, you know, me guessing when a double bottom is going to happen or not waiting for a confirmation move. But I use smaller time frame price action to kind of give me that confirmation. And, you know, I like to get in at the best possible price. If this is a true, really good support, which I think we have here, right? We have a reversal there, and then, you know, we reversed here before. I think a lot of people are going to think this pair's cheap here really soon. USDJPY, just hugging the pivot. Let's look at our Mexico call out. So, probably a little early on our US Mexican peso call out yesterday. We were targeting this zone. Man, if we had a stop loss on, we would have got stopped out. But if we're using our 1-to-5 ratio, we have plenty of room. So, guys, we entered on the half. Probably should have went to the 618, right? Would have looked a lot better on a trade. But I think we're going to get that continuation, especially that, you know, weakness in the dollar we're seeing on other pairs. Very well could drive this pair down. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to me hack and cough and fumble through the charts today. But that's it for this week's midweek review. Don't forget to hit subscribe, follow here on YouTube. Find me on TradingView. I post lots of free content. If you're interested in copying my trades or taking some of my online courses so you can learn all the strategies that I've developed over the last decade and maybe even take my masterclass where I teach you everything about automation and then at the end of it give you my EA and all of the settings that I have for each pair after you've copied me on the exact same settings for 6 weeks. Jump on over to allenfx.com, fill out the form, let's go from there, set up a chat with me, whatever it takes. All right, guys, have a great week. Let's finish the week strong. I'm going to do some scalping over in the Telegram channel today, try to get some really quick pips. All right, I'll see you over there. Have a great week.